Hello, Jackson here. Welcome back to the daily endeavors for the 4th of February. We've got a 15 seal set. Timestamps will be in the description if you want to fast forward to when I talk about one of these specifically, but try to go through the easiest ones to the most annoying. So, laundering, collecting alchemical items or pure water springs, completing a trial, capturing a keep, and purchasing an item from guild traders. There's 3 of these that are quite easy to do. 2 of these that I personally would avoid. That's these 2. I think these 3 here are way better, but I'll try and go through all of them. Just maybe a bit less detail for these 2. Laundering items at fences, that's why I'm here in Craglorn. This one I'll start with. So, normally I say you've got a couple of good options. I'll go through, I think, what are the 2 best options. You've got Necrom, and I quite like this area in Craglorn. I've been running around testing a couple of things, seeing if I can find an easy place to launder from. There's kind of like, it's very difficult to get spotted in this way when you do laundering items. So, Craglorn, the easiest way to get here is either to get someone to bring you here, or a very new way to get to Craglorn easily is through home tours. You used to have to go to Bankrite. It was a fucking pain in the ass because they removed their ways in the capitals, Deshan, Stormhaven, and all that stuff. Easiest way is you're going to home tours, doesn't matter which one you go, browse or recommended. Go all houses, change this to Earth Tier Cavern. You can also go Domus Frascas as well, any of these is fine. But what you do is you travel to this house, you exit the house like directly through the door, and what that'll do is it'll bring you to Craglorn. And that will unlock the Belkarth Wayshrine from that point on, so you just go to the nearest Wayshrine, travel here, and you've got permanent access to Craglorn from this point on. Now you want to come here to the Gem and Flask place. This is just south of the Wayshrine. You want to come, I mean, you normally go through this door, but yeah, either way. What you want to do is, there's a couple of things in here, this isn't important. You want to come up here, and you want to start fucking looting this shit like crazy. And even if you're not stealth, you can take from all this stuff here, and it's fine. Like, you won't get spotted, because nobody actually comes up here. Oh. Interesting. I didn't actually know you could do that. There's a tomato crate here. There's some venison that you can steal, but yeah, you just have to make sure in gameplay you've got prevent stealing face items off. Just take all that stuff, take all that stuff, take all that stuff. So usually this stuff will be available. And if there is not enough stuff here, you can either come downstairs and try and stealth and try and take a couple of things in the corner. I don't think there's many things to actually take. Oh, there's a couple of bananas there, I suppose. Yeah, not many things here, but that's fine. So what you do now is you exit through this door, and I would suggest trying to get as many things as you can without getting spotted. You've got this here, you've got this stuff here, and as you can see, I still don't have a bounty, because no one really comes around here. Maybe if one of these people comes close enough, but if you're really worried, just go stealth. Now what you do is just jump down here, and you've got the Outlaw's Refuge right here. So there is a guard that stands here, as you can see, this one coming up here, but usually he won't get close enough, even if you've got a bounty to actually spot you. So you come into the Velkarth Outlaw's Refuge, but basically you just run through here. I'm sure there are better places, but, you know, this is what works for me. Alright, so we got a fence here, and you make sure you press the Launder tab here, and just sell everything, the cheapest items there. You could also just sell the lockpicks like I got there. Now there's also these things here. You've got these large stolen shipments. If you get one of these from a Thieves Trove, or from doing the heists for the Thieves Guild, you can open this up, and you get a set of 10, like a stack of 10 like stolen items. You can just sell them straight to a fence as well. Oh, sorry. You can still launder them to a fence as well straight away. So there are 2 options. Now, if that doesn't give you enough stuff, is that a well cultist?
You wouldn't buy any charm.
Yes, it is. Alright, so come back outside. Now we'll head back inside. Go upstairs. And like a magic trick, everything will be back. So if you haven't actually gotten enough stuff from this, you can just steal everything else that you need now. And then just do the same thing, go outside, through the door here, jump off the thing here, and just back down to the Outlaw's Refuge. That's one way. Now, if you have Necrom, the DLC, there's a faster way. It just takes a little bit of getting to. So you want to come to this way shrine here in the city of Necrom. I think most people know exactly what this is going to be. Alright, so we're looking to the west. You'll see the Outlaws Refuge right here. Go in here. Now you can go the other way, outside the city, but that's fun. This is a little more straightforward. Okay, so we are heading north to the northern exit up here, and we'll get to the Necrom Underways. So this is full of some urns that you can steal from, and there are no guards in here whatsoever. So the best thing about this one is the fence is like right next to the door. So yes, the run-in is a little bit lengthy, but it's basically the same thing as the one in Craglon, I think. Because you get in here and like you've just got all these urns that you can steal from to Launder as well. And they're all throughout this hallway. You can completely encumber yourself inventory-wise just in this area here with like 100 inventory spaces. It's pretty nuts. So yeah, you just do the same thing. Go over here. The fence is right here, and yeah, you'll easily get enough stuff to launder there too. Okay, purchasing from guild stores. So just find a guild store. There's lots of these things all over the place. Major cities have multiple of these things. What you want to do is make sure the all items option is selected. You go search, and then you go to the total and click and sort by the lowest price. So whatever this thing here is, it'll be the cheapest thing that you can possibly buy from this guild store. Normally, there will be some crazy cheap stuff that you can get. So just buy that, spend 15 gold, and you get another easy one of these done. Now, best places usually for this sort of thing are each zone has like a city that has its major guild trader hub. For example, Ebonheart here in Stonefalls, it's got 5. Mournhold in the Deshan zone, this is the capital of the Ebonheart Pact, so there's 7 in total here. So the more important the city, basically, the more guild vendors there'll be. There's also ones in Outlaws Refuge. There's always one guild trader in here too. So when you're going to launder your stuff, you can also check a guild trader there. Okay, now we've got collecting pure water springs or alchemical plants. So basically anything related to alchemy that isn't from a natural enemy or from like living nodes, like insect nodes, counts as this one. So some things that can help you with this. Firstly, keen eye reagents. If you're on the lookout for like sort of you don't know what you're looking for, keen eye reagents can really help you here. Gives you like a shining effect on alchemy reagents when you go to find them. Makes it easier to spot them. Secondly, checking river banks is another great way to get a bunch of resources, because there's 2 nodes that can spawn in rivers. There's the water-based plants, which are water hyacinth and nernroot, and there's also pure water nodes. These are usually going to be the main thing that you find on rivers' edges. We'll go up here, we'll see if we can find any other stuff. So yeah, there we go, we've got a water hyacinth over there. And you can already see another pure water node over here, and then there's another water hyacinth over there. The only issue is there's a bunch of enemies here. Craglon usually isn't the best place for looking for this kind of thing. Actually, yeah, we'll get this one. Just because the enemies here are a little bit tougher, but because of how stacked this place is full of resources, it's pretty good. So personally, I think, let me just, hold on, just give me a sec to clear this place a little bit. Be a little easier to spot. So I'll just go alchemy-based options. Any like lake, river like this, small water source, these tend to be the best places to get a bunch of alchemy reagents quickly, because these just have nernroot and water hyacinth all over the place. So I think here's another great use of Earth Tier Cavern. That's the home tours place I was looking at before. This is right next door to a big lake with a wayshrine next to it. So you unlock this wayshrine too in Craglon. You've got easy access to a bunch of alchemy reagents. Won't always be here, but come here, like, check every few minutes. You'll probably find some stuff here too. And you know, you look at all these things. You can take a picture of this too. Have a look at all these locations. These are all spawns for alchemy reagents that you can use too. And yeah, you just got all these like little rivers that you can check through. So yeah, this one's really good too. You just got to look around a bit. So one other thing to talk about with alchemy reagents is Shadowfen might also be another good option, because there is a lead for a very powerful mythic called the... Interesting, I don't remember looking up crafted stuff. The Harpooner's Wading Kilt. So one of the leads here you get from doing reagent of collecting alchemy nodes in Shadowfen. This is one of the best PvE mythics in the game. So if you've got Greymore, if you can get mythics and you want to get this, if you want to get a powerful mythic for damage dealing, look no further than this one. This one is unbelievably powerful. Alright, so next up we've got Capturing a Keep. Once again, I don't think this is a good option just because these options here are easy, reliable. This one is quite long, quite unreliable, I think. So firstly, if you do want to siege a keep, you're going to need some siege. So there's a couple of things that are worth running, I think, if you do want to take a keep. They are the battering ram for the front doors, and normal blisters, as well as Dominion stone trebuchets, or stone trebuchets. Those three are probably going to be your best bets for actually attacking walls and doors. A little bit of a different story if they've got defenders. Depends on that, or you know, depends on that, or if they don't. So the objective of taking a keep, you've got to get through the front door or one of the walls on the side. You can actually break these down and punch through them. Get through all the enemies around. Get into the courtyard, kill the guards around here. Now there's actually 3 ways to get through. You've got the keep door at the front. You can actually break these walls here, but you can actually break the poststone walls on the side, these ones here. So there are your 3 ways of actually getting into the inside keep. And the inside keep is what you need to take in order to successfully take over a keep. So when you actually get inside and punch through the walls, or the door, you come in here and you have to hold these flags. You have to just stand on them and they change over from enemy control over to yours. Once both of these flags are under your control, you take the keep. Now, that is much easier said than done. All these guards in here, on your own, it is a lot to take care of. A couple of players can, you know, relatively easily take a keep, but, you know, if another enemy player rocks up to stop you, you know, you don't know how that's going to go. Could be the best player in the world, could be the worst. It's unpredictable, that's what I mean. So, whether you're able to do it or not depends on player interactions, and that's why I don't like to do this one, because really can go arse backwards, or, you know, arse forwards. Whatever, I don't know. What? Another issue with taking a keep is if you die, you're going to respawn another keep. That's quite a lot of time. Probably the amount of time it would take you to get to a keep, die, go to another keep to try and do it again. It's probably the amount of time you could do all of these ones here combined. Possibly more. So yeah, I don't recommend this one. But if you do want to do it, you definitely want to get some siege. You want to get some normal blisters, some stone trebuchets, or a battering ram. At least a battering ram and some ballistae, I'd say. Because the battering ram is the quickest way into the keep, but if there are defenders, it is also the most vulnerable to counterattacks or counter siege. If enemies pour oil down on you while you're trying to break the doors here, you will get absolutely fucking obliterated. The amount of damage that oil does. Unless you're a bloody ball group, and in that case you just can laugh it off, but you know, that's another issue entirely. So that's your best bet. Or if that doesn't work, running a couple of ballistas at the front and just shooting them one by one, because you can run multiple ballistas at a time. So if I just run these ones, for example, it's just a test, don't worry. So build that one up, get this one near as well, and you can actually shoot multiple ballistas at a time, and the amount of time it takes them to reload is long enough that you can actually shoot multiple at a time where it won't actually really compromise your ability to use them. So that is one thing to consider. That's why using a couple of ballistas is good, because generally your damage per second is going to be high with ballistas, but it's also very easy to defend the keep because you have to get so close with ballistas. Stone trebuchets are great for long range because you can shoot them from much further. If you can find something, this keep is also a great example of where stone trebuchets really shine. you could probably put your stone ballista up there if you take the resource here and shoot this wall from over here, and nobody can actually counterattack you. So stuff like that can really help for taking a keep. But yeah, it's a lot of gamble. Can't guarantee if it's actually going to work or not, especially if you're not the best when it comes to PvP, like me. You know, I'm not good. That's what I'm saying. I'm not. Bloody hell, I'm not good. And then I will talk about trials. This is also a very bad option because of the fucking crazy amount of time it can take to find a trial. So the only real way I would suggest using for trials is using Group Finder, going to trials and having a look at what's available. Halls of Fabrication takes about 20 minutes, possibly more, if your team fails to kill a boss. Yeah, some of these can take ages. The quickest ones, I'd say, you've got Ethereum Archive, which is a base game one. You need 12 people for that, but it is very quick, because especially on normal, the bosses die in like 20 seconds. Cloud Rest is another great one. Can be done very quickly on +0, which is where you kill all the mini-bosses separately. But that one as well takes like 15 minutes if your group's decent. Couple of other easy ones, I'd say Hellrest Citadel can be quick, but that one can also be unreliable. Let's see, Sunspire's not too bad either. That one can be done quite quickly, but that's another DLC one. I find most of the other ones are either relatively long or just can be a bit complicated to do if it's your first time. But yeah, the biggest issue I have with this one is the amount of time it's going to take just for a group to form. It can sometimes take hours. You do not want to be spending that much time, even on a 15 seal endeavor, to just complete one of these. The amount of time it will most likely take you to start to form up a group for a trial, again, you will be able to do all these. Possibly also this one in that time. I do not recommend doing this one at all, but if you do want to do this Group Finder trial, this is where you find your stuff. And you will probably see Cloud Rest, Dreadsail Reef, Lucent Citadel, Sanity's Edge, those sorts of trials more than you will other ones, just because they're the ones either everyone wants to do or they're the quickest to do. So if you have any questions about any of this stuff, just let me know. I can't really help you much with PvP because I'm not experienced with that sort of thing, but yeah, any of this stuff here I can help you, especially if you want to figure out how to do this. I still wouldn't recommend doing it, but yeah, if you want to, just let me know if you've got any questions about that stuff. Okay, that's everything. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for your support as always. I'll see you next time, and take care. Honest Merchant.